We tagged our message this morning, change is coming. What is change? What is change? Change is to make or become different. Change the law. Change our route, direction we're driving. We change our hair time to time. We change our shoes. We change sometimes our friends. Amen? So change need to happen, right? But this is probably one of the, if not the most quoted scripture when it comes to dealing with change. Sam Cooke once wrote a song that says in 1964, and it was a civil rights anthem. In this song, here's what the name of the song was "A Change Is Gonna Come." Here's what some of his lyrics was. He said, "I was born by a river in a little tent. Oh, just like the river, I've been running ever since. It's been long. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change is gonna come. Oh, yes, it will." Somebody say amen. See, we have to understand this, that nothing changes if nothing changes. That makes sense? Someone said that change is unescapable and misery is optional. Some people imagine that it is impossible to live without change. But we can no longer live and not change than we can feel that we can jump and don't feel the impact of gravity. Therefore, to live is to experience change. Somebody say amen. To experience change. And if you try to live your life and not experience change, that is just a pure illusion. Because a change is going to come. It just naturally happens. A little boy wakes up, "Why are you talking like this?" Girl, "Hey, what's for breakfast this morning?" Change is going to come. Change happens. But check this out. People no longer die from smallpox or polio because something changed. Just imagine if nothing had never changed. We'd just be running around here just a bunch of sick people. I can try to resist change and stay the way I am, or release my resistance and change. Because here's what's happening. Nothing changes if nothing changes. And if I keep doing what I've always done, I'm going to keep always doing it, and I'm always going to keep feeling the way that I feel. It's just like the man wakes up on Sunday morning. "Oh, my head hurts. Oh, God. Could you just get the Jack Daniels on Saturday night? Might be Hennessy, I don't know, tequila, I don't know what it, but if you drink that every Saturday night, you're going to wake up like this. Then you wonder why do my head hurt? Something got to change. Something has to change. And I got to ask you this morning, are you ready for a change in your life? Now, I know some of you don't need a change, though. Everything's good. Everything's perfect. We live on that corner lot. We got that white picket fence. We got 3 cars in the garage. And everything's good. You don't need no change. You're like, "Pastor, what are you talking about? Don't change nothing. Leave it alone." Everything must change. And today is the day that change is going to come. We have to understand this today, that our lives are not meant to be lived without change. This verse, this chapter, and the first 8 verses is talking about change. It's talking about season. It's talking about love. It's talking about hate. It's talking about healing. It's talking about faith. Everything must change. But check this out. Change can be threatening. Amen? I mean, take a little kid that's going to be going from no school to school, then from kindergarten out we change, go to a different school, and I got to meet some new friends, or even you on your job. You've been working your job for 20-something years, and all of a sudden you can step beside that person you didn't speak to for 20 years, and why you don't speak to them? But you can step beside that person for 20 years, you didn't speak to them, but now something's going to change. Either they get laid off, or you get laid off, or they go to a different department, or you find a new job. Now you need to go find new friends and then set to the next person that you probably don't speak to either. Everything changes. How do you accept these changes? And here's the thing about changes. Changes can leave you in an uncertain way because uncertainly people develop an attitude or a fear. A fear of change. It don't make no difference how small you are, how big you are, how tall you are. We all have fear. And but check this out, in 2 Timothy, the first verse in the 7th chapter says, "For God had not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of sound mind." Some of us missing the last part. Sound mind. I'm here all week, okay? But some of us missing that last part. That sound mind. But he didn't give us a spirit of fear. But who are we rolling with? We're rolling with Jesus, right? So why should I fear anything? But when it comes to changing life, changing the job, changing friends, I watch this with my little grandkids. One day they're friends with Jack, the next friend Jack is no good, they're friends with Gio, and Gio, man, now they're friends with Chloe. Oh my God. And it started for some of you got warm yet. I was like, okay. But that's the way it is with kids. It's all about change. And they fear the fact that now, since Jack don't like me no more, I don't have no friend. My little grandson come in and he sat on the porch and he pouting. I go, what's wrong with you? You don't like me no more. Then I give me this talk. What's your last name? So Taylor. I said, get up and go out there and find somebody else to play with. We don't fear nothing. Therefore, we should not be afraid of change. Change can be good. Change can change the world. Change can be exactly what we need. Change can change some things for the good. You might find out that maybe Jack really might not is my friend. Maybe I'm over here is the guy. But I had to get past that fear to find out. And it happens with, not just with the kids playing, but it happens with individuals, it happens with marriages, it happens with families, it happens in businesses, it happens in relationships, and unfortunately sometimes it happens in church. That's why we aren't perfect. Sometimes God changes things in church. My brother said he prayed the other day, "Dear Lord, change my people or change my people." And that's what we find. Even the people of Jesus' day, now listen to this, even the people of Jesus' day were looking for and was expecting him, or the promised Messiah, but they didn't expect him when he came, and didn't expect the way he came, and didn't expect what he did when he came. They wanted more. Who's this man? Call himself Jesus. What are you going to do? Jesus said, I don't have to tell you what I'm going to do because I'm Jesus. But they were expecting something totally different. They rejected Christ and missed out on the greatest opportunity for real change of the world it has ever seen. And one of the greatest motivations for serving God to me is the change that he has made in my life. Amen. Because not only the changes that he's made in my life, the best is yet to come. I haven't seen what God is going to do. You know, I'm 60 years old, and I know he has proven himself to me day after day after day after day. I know, God, man, I just can't take no more, but keep giving it, keep giving it. Because this is the type of God this is. Now let's look at this 2 Corinthians, 5th chapter, 17th verse. Therefore, if any man be in Christ, he is a new creature. Change, right? All things have passed away. Change. Are y'all with me? Behold, all things become new. Say it with me. Change. He don't expect for us to be the same. Okay? And there could be a change in you. You ever heard somebody say about somebody, oh, that old fool ain't gonna never change. He'll always be the same. I guess it used to be, you can't teach an old dog new tricks, right? That's not true. That's not true. I don't have to stay. I don't have to stay the way I am. See, we all know what we need to change in our lives. Just get that mirror, hold it up, and don't start singing Michael Jackson's song, Man in the Mirror. But just look at that mirror, look at yourself, and just be real with yourself. What do I need to change? I know I got a messed up attitude. I know my tongue can be sharp. I know I can be selfish. Should I keep going on? I know I can be greedy. I'm going to do that one for you. I know I don't think about nobody but myself. Because it's all about me. You all know what I changed. Don't nobody have to tell you what you need to change in your life. Just look in the mirror. If you need a mirror, I'll bring you one to church for you next week. I got a box full of. No one needs to tell you what you need to do. I don't have to continue to be a worrier. I don't have to be always despondent. I don't have to always be depressed. I don't have to always be angry. I don't have to always be mad. For one thing, who wants to be around you? If that's the way that you feel all the time, every time somebody sees you coming, they turn and go the other way. There was a guy in the old church. I'm coming down the hallway and I see him and I stop. Hey, wait, Pastor, wait. And I couldn't turn the corner fast enough. And I tried to duck in the bathroom, but it was the ladies' bathroom. I knew exactly what he was going to say. Man, we need to change some things here. You see, because, let me see this. I don't have to be that guy that I see gray skies and everyone else sees blue. Somebody say amen. I don't have to keep living the life of being bounded by sin, shackles, and chains. Because unless something changes, that's what we're living in. We're living in sin, we're living in shackles, and we're living bound down when there's a barrier between us and Christ. He can't get through, and we're going to open up our mouths and say, I surrender all to thee. Something has to help me change. Something has to change. I used to like that Mary J. Blige used to sing a song, No More Drama. I want the drama in my life. Who wants to wake up every morning mad, sick, drama, because you are not willing to change? You continue doing the same thing over and over and over again, just like that old man, and nothing will change. You're feeling depressed, you're feeling angry, you're feeling jealous, you're feeling unloved. That's because you will not open your heart and accept what God is standing at the door and knocking, trying to give you. He's standing on D, open the door. Man, D, I'm right here. D, open the door. You don't have to be mean no more. D, open the door. You don't have to be sad no more. Open the door. Feeling unloved, like no one loves you. Go to 2 Corinthians, the 5th chapter, 17th verse. Therefore, if any man be in Christ, here we go, change. He's a new creature, change. Old things have passed away, change. Behold, all things become new, change. He's standing here doing this. And I imagine some people do this. Come on, man, And did you know that this verse of Scripture is talking about the effect of change that happens in a person's life when they change their life and they get baptized and they bury their old life. When you bury that old life of sin in water with Jesus and you come up a new creature, changed. You come up a new person, change. Do we still mess up? Yeah. I said, I guess I just did, didn't I? But we do mess up because we flesh and we human. But with the strength of God and the power of Jesus, we can live a life saying, Lord, I know I can make it with you because there's a change in my life. I don't walk the way I used to walk. I don't talk the way I used to talk. I don't visit the places I used to go. And I've changed some friends because those was not the right friends for me. Amen? Now, I do not want to see on Facebook Pastor Custom Church today, okay? Change. You see, to be in Christ is to be in him in baptism again. And when you do that act, you're saying, Lord, I'm ready to change. Because he'll leave nobody the way he finds them. If that's the case, if you knew what I used to do, you wouldn't be sitting here listening to me today. But because of change, I know I'm filled with the Holy Spirit, and God is leading my life. Because he will not leave you where he find you. He's going to bless you. He's going to encourage you. He's going to strengthen you. He's going to forgive you. He's going to heal you inside out. He's going to raise you up. He's going to raise you up above those that you fear. Because when you make a change, you are now walking in authority. Because I now walk in Christ. I do not walk alone. And I fear no one or nothing. How big they are. Little David didn't fear. He said, David, you walk that way, one rock, this is all I need. He's getting this squirrel along. They said, we got 5 of them. He said, no, just give me that one. And we talking about a giant 9 foot tall. He said, it's all right. I'm walking with Jesus. We don't have to fear. We don't have to fear it all. I had a lady tell me one time that she remembered her change. She said, I remember the person I used to be, and I made a change in my life. I'm not that person. She said, I vividly remember the preacher dipping me down in that whole tub of water. And I came up a new person. She said, I remember the change in my life because I no longer had the thoughts that I had before. I no longer talk the way that I used to talk. She said, every word came out of my mouth used to be a filthy word. But I talk with grace. And I talk with Jesus. She said that when I go to pray at night, I know it's not elegant. But he don't expect me to be elegant. He wants me to be honest. He wants me to be truthful. And he wants me to be sincere. And I also know that he wants me to be faithful. And she said, for the moment that I changed my life, I know that I am sincere with him, I am honest with him, I am faithful with him, and he has continued to bless me time after time after time because there's a change in my life. She said, but it didn't happen until I totally surrendered to him. The question today is, who's here today that's ready to totally surrender to him? 1 Peter, the 5th chapter, 6th verse, and the 7th verse says, humble yourself therefore under the mighty hand of God, that he may exalt you in due time. Cast all your upon him, for he careth for you. See, your problem, your sin, your issue, your transgressions are not bigger than God. And I don't care what you're going through. It might feel like I can't make it. It might feel like I'm lost. But there's nothing that you're going through that's bigger than him. Romans, the 12th chapter, the 2nd verse says, and be not conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may be proved what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God. Change is right here. But it's up to you to accept that change. Let's bow our heads in prayer. Dear God, we come this morning, Lord, as humble as we know how. Come with a bowed head and a humble heart. Sometimes we don't realize that we need a change in our life. You know, and you do. But we say, Lord, right now, here we are, we surrendered ourselves to you, and Lord, we need a change. I know I don't talk all pretty and elegant, but I know you hear me. I know you hear my cry. I pray for each and every one in this room this morning, that they release whatever they have to you right now. It's family problems, business problems, relationship, just can't get along with nobody, just can't realize who they're looking at when they look in the mirror. But Lord, we ask you that they just give it to you right now and let you do what you do and go to work and make the change in their life. I thank you, Lord. I thank you. In Jesus' name we pray.